There are some rare individuals who step into the digital world and completely transform how millions of people perceive strength, vulnerability, and the true meaning of living in the present moment. They show us that even when faced with life's most terrifying uncertainties, hope is not something you passively wait for, it is something you actively create every single day. On the 5th of August 2026, the online community lost one of its most inspiring, courageous, and authentic voices. Sydney Towle, a beloved 26-year-old content creator who spent 3 years openly documenting her battle with an exceptionally rare and aggressive form of cancer, passed away peacefully surrounded by her loved ones. Over the course of her journey, Sydney built an extraordinary digital family of over 1.1 million followers on TikTok and Instagram. She shared the raw, unfiltered reality of undergoing chemotherapy, participating in experimental clinical trials, and navigating the emotional rollercoaster of a terminal diagnosis as a young adult. But more than that, she showed the world how to dance in hospital hallways, how to embrace every scar, and how to find pure joy in the simplest everyday moments. When news of her passing was officially announced by her family on the 6th of August 2026, tributes began pouring in from around the globe from fellow creators, cancer advocates, medical professionals, and millions of ordinary viewers whose lives were forever changed by her courage. Who was Sydney Towle before her diagnosis? What was the rare condition she fought so fiercely against? How did she handle the overwhelming emotional and physical toll of her illness while facing public scrutiny online? And what is the enduring legacy she leaves behind for her family and her millions of followers? Today on Your Star Facts, we honor the extraordinary life, the relentless fight, the family bond, and the immortal legacy of Sydney Towle. The breaking news: her final journey announced. The heartbreak that reverberated across social media began on Thursday, the 6th of August 2026, when Sydney Towle's older brother Austin, along with their mother, posted an emotional video message on Sydney's official TikTok account. Standing before the community that Sydney had nurtured for 3 years, Austin officially confirmed that Sydney had passed away on Wednesday, the 5th of August 2026, at the age of 26, following a long and valiant fight against cholangiocarcinoma, a rare bile duct cancer. In the poignant message, Austin expressed immense pride in how hard his younger sister had fought throughout her illness, thanking the global community for standing by her side and offering endless love and encouragement during her hardest battles. Sydney's mother also shared heartfelt words of gratitude, expressing that Sydney's spirit, positivity, and impact would never be forgotten. Days prior to her passing, on August 4, Austin had shared a gentle update, letting followers know that Sydney had entered hospice care surrounded by family and close friends after exhausting all available treatment options. The announcement brought an outpouring of prayers, tributes, and memories as millions reflected on a young woman who had brought light into so many lives. Early life and Dartmouth beginnings. Long before she became a powerful advocate and public figure in the health community, Sydney Elizabeth Towle was born on the 15th of November 1999 in Newburyport, Massachusetts. Growing up in a warm and supportive family alongside her older brother Austin, Sydney was known from an early age for her vibrant personality, intellectual curiosity, and natural zest for life. She pursued higher education at the prestigious Dartmouth College, where she studied government and environmental studies, demonstrating a keen interest in leadership, public service, and understanding the world around her. Following her graduation, Sydney moved to Los Angeles, California, embarking on a promising career in remote marketing while embracing an active, outdoorsy lifestyle. Her social media pages at the time reflected the typical life of an energetic 20-something woman. Ocean surfing, traveling, embarking on solo adventures across Europe, sharing fashion and lifestyle posts, and participating in fun viral dance trends. She possessed a natural charisma that drew people to her, completely unaware that her life was about to take an unexpected and profound turn. The sudden diagnosis. A shocking revelation at 23. In the summer of 2023, while living in Los Angeles and enjoying her vibrant youth, 23-year-old Sydney noticed an unusual bulge in her abdomen, accompanied by a burning, painful sensation. Initially assuming it might be a routine issue, such as a minor hernia, she sought medical evaluation at an urgent care facility. Doctors ordered an ultrasound to be cautious, which unexpectedly revealed a solid mass. Further diagnostic scans, specialized biopsies, and consultations with top medical experts led to a devastating and unexpected diagnosis in August 2023. Stage 4, cholangiocarcinoma, commonly referred to as bile duct cancer. Cholangiocarcinoma is an exceptionally rare, highly aggressive form of cancer that originates in the slender tubes that carry digestive fluid from the liver. What made Sydney's diagnosis particularly shocking to the medical community was her age. Bile duct cancer typically affects individuals over the age of 50 or 60. Diagnosing it in an active, healthy 23-year-old woman was extraordinarily rare. Faced with a life-altering terminal diagnosis, Sydney made the brave decision to relocate to New York City to receive specialized care at the renowned Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, beginning a long journey of intensive treatments. Life with cancer, documenting the raw reality. Rather than retreating into privacy, Sydney made the conscious choice to open her heart and her camera to the world. In August 2023, she posted a tearful, deeply honest video announcing her diagnosis to her followers. From that moment on, her platform shifted from lifestyle content to a candid, authentic chronicling of what it truly means to live with a serious illness as a young adult. Sydney refused to let her content be defined solely by sadness or clinical routines. Her videos effortlessly moved between the existential realities of cancer and the vibrant joy of everyday life. Viewers watched her navigate grueling chemotherapy sessions, complex surgeries, and hair loss, while also seeing her hike through Europe, go scuba diving, explore the streets of New York City, and dance in her apartment. Her transparency demystified the cancer experience for millions. She spoke openly about the physical exhaustion, the mental health struggles, the anxiety of upcoming scans, and the painful reality of chemotherapy-induced infertility. Through it all, her mottos, "Just keep swimming," and "Today is a great day to have." A great day became rallying cries for a global community facing their own struggles. Facing the online storm, grace amid adversity. As Sydney's TikTok following grew from hundreds of thousands to over 1.1 million, her visibility also brought an unexpected and painful challenge. A subset of online critics and skeptical groups began spreading false rumors, claiming that Sydney was exaggerating or even faking her illness because her active, stylish lifestyle did not fit their narrow expectations of how a cancer patient should look or behave. Some individuals went so far as to contact her medical treatment center and brand partners in attempts to undermine her credibility. The public scrutiny was a heavy emotional burden, yet Sydney responded with unprecedented maturity, dignity, and grace. In a famous front-page profile with major media, Sydney addressed her critics directly, stating that she was a real human being navigating a terminal illness, not a fictional character on a television show. She famously reminded the public that living with cancer can look completely different than people expect, and that having a terminal illness does not mean giving up on joy, fashion, beauty, or living life in the present moment. Advocacy, Miami Swim Week, and public impact. Sydney's openness transformed her into a major advocate for young adult cancer awareness and medical research funding. She became a featured speaker at the Cholangiocarcinoma conference and was invited to address industry leaders at prestigious global forums on beauty, fashion, and self-expression during illness. In early 2026, Sydney made a memorable appearance walking the runway at Miami Swim Week during the Chemo Club and post-swim show, celebrating individuals living with or recovering from cancer. Walking the stage with confidence, she shared a powerful message that no matter what surgical scars or physical changes a person carries, those scars are a testament to strength and make them even more beautiful. Her platform evolved into a thriving digital support group. Beneath her posts, thousands of cancer patients, caregivers, survivors, and healthcare professionals gathered to share their own stories, celebrate clean medical scans, comfort one another through setbacks, and find solace in knowing they were not alone. The final medical battle, TIL therapy and experimental trials. Throughout 2025 and into 2026, Sydney continued her relentless fight, undergoing multiple chemotherapy regimens, targeted procedures, and clinical trials. In March 2026, she shared with her audience that recent scans showed tumour growth, admitting that the news hit harder than usual, yet reaffirming her unwavering hope. By May 2026, medical scans revealed that the cancer had spread to her peritoneum, the lining of the abdominal cavity, and later to her lungs. When an oncologist recommended transitioning to end-of-life hospice care, Sydney refused to give up, seeking second opinions and advocating fiercely for her health. She chose to participate in an advanced experimental tumor-infiltrating lymphocyte cell therapy trial, hoping it might slow the progression of her disease. In June 2026, acknowledging that living independently in New York City had become too physically demanding, Sydney made the decision to move back in with her mother to receive continuous care and support. She spent her final 6 weeks hospitalized while undergoing intensive cell therapy, keeping her audience updated until her body could no longer withstand the progression of the illness. Family, loved ones, and her inner circle. At the very core of Sydney's strength throughout her 3-year battle was her deeply loving and devoted family. Her mother and her older brother Austin remained constant pillars of support, attending medical appointments, offering comfort during difficult hospital stays, and helping her manage daily life. Sydney frequently expressed profound love for her family, including organizing community support when her mother faced career disruptions. Her family's devotion was evident in every milestone, from helping her manage treatment side effects to standing beside her bed during her final days. The bond between Sydney, her brother Austin, her mother, and her close network of friends demonstrated the immense power of family love in the face of profound hardship. Her final days, transition to hospice care. As July 2026 drew to a close, the experimental therapies exhausted their potential, and Sydney's medical team advised that further aggressive treatment was no longer viable. On the 4th of August 2026, her brother Austin shared a photo of family and friends gathered around Sydney's hospital room, announcing that she had entered hospice care to ensure she was peaceful and comfortable. Surrounded by the people who loved her most, Sydney spent her final hours enveloped in warmth, gratitude, and peace. On the 5th of August 2026, at 26 years old, she passed away peacefully from complications of cholangiocarcinoma. Her death marked the end of a long, courageous physical battle, but the beginning of an eternal legacy of hope that will continue to touch lives for generations to come. Net worth and digital impact. While Sydney's primary focus was never financial gain, her career as a digital creator, advocate, and public speaker allowed her to build a successful personal brand. Marketing analytics estimate that her platform generated income through brand partnerships, sponsored campaigns, and advocacy appearances, which helped support her medical expenses, living costs, and charitable fundraising efforts. However, Sydney consistently emphasized that true wealth was measured not in dollars or follower counts, but in human connection. Her greatest achievement was building a compassionate digital space where millions of people found comfort, inspiration, and the courage to face their own personal challenges. Lessons from Sydney. Today's a great day to have a great day. Sydney Towle leaves the world with profound life lessons that resonate deeply with anyone facing uncertainty or hardship. First, your illness or circumstance does not define who you are. Sydney proved that a person can carry immense pain while still seeking beauty, joy, fashion, and adventure. Second, vulnerability builds community. By sharing her raw truth, both the triumphs and the tears, she gave others permission to feel seen and less alone in their struggles. And third, embrace the present moment. Sydney reminded us to enjoy a simple ice cream, watch a favorite movie, cherish our loved ones, and remember that even when bad things happen, life itself remains a precious and beautiful gift. Final tribute. An unforgettable ray of sunshine. Sydney Elizabeth Towle was taken from this world far too soon at 26 years of age. Yet, in her brief time on Earth, she lived with more purpose, authenticity, and love than many do in a century. She was a cherished daughter, a devoted sister, a loyal friend, and an unforgettable beacon of light to over 1 million people across the globe. Rest in peace, Sydney. Your sunshine will never fade, and your legacy will live on in the hearts of all who knew and loved you. What was your favourite memory or lesson from Sydney Towle's journey? Please share your respectful thoughts and condolences in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Your Star Facts for verified stories and meaningful biographical coverage. Thank you for watching.